Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. It's good to be back. Please hit that like button and subscribe and share if you are new. Slowly but surely, we will get to 300. Keep hitting that like button, keep subscribing, and hopefully one day we will get there. And we've got a lot to talk about again this weekend. The following weekend just gone. Lots to talk about in terms of our teams. Arsenal drawing 2-2. Didn't get that game. Didn't understand what Arteta was doing. Man needs to get back to basics because you can see scrolling along the ticker. He needs to get back to basics. Man United got a bit of a scare. We will go into that game and obviously all the other Premier League games we'll be talking about tonight. But yeah, we have Big D in the green room. Hopefully we'll have Kofi and Mr. Ez on, Mr. Money Ez. I don't know whether Chile will be with us. He could be in the cornfields. And maybe Jay may come on, JP may come on, not too sure. But listen, as ever, we have Mr. Big D. So I'm going to introduce him and bring him into the studio. What are you saying, bro?
Yes, sir. How you doing, bro?
Not bad. You're good? Yeah. Good to have you on again. Been a mad weekend. What about yourself? How you been?
Yeah, not bad, you know, not bad. Wedding anniversary yesterday.
Oh,
so, yeah, man.
Mate, happy anniversary. How many years is that now?
31, bro.
31 years, 31
man. 31 years on the saddle, as they would say. Yeah, man.
Did you say 31 years on the saddle?
On the saddle, you know what I mean? Just like, you know what I mean? The cowboys, man, just ride and die. You know the ones.
I probably describe that as a little bit on the saddle. But anyway, happy anniversary to you and Sheena.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
man. So because what year was it you got married?
1992.
92.
Yeah.
A year after me.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I nearly lost count, though, because I was trying to think. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah.
You know,
our anniversary is on the 7th of September.
Yeah, that's it.
So it'll be 32 years and going strong. So yeah, big up to you, and
I appreciate that.
So for myself, I was away at the weekend. We had a function up in Wales, a 4-day event over in Wales, Newport. One of a big church events, community event as well. Done a lot of stuff in the community as well. So it was really good. Giving back to the community, fantastic. Lots to do. Very expensive weekend, but other than that, it was a great weekend. Yeah, big up to T. I haven't seen you for a little while, T. What are you saying?
I know
she only comes on when her team comes from behind and does the business. So big up to you, T. I haven't spoken to you for a long time, man. I hope you're doing well and everything. So listen, we are gonna talk about tonight's events and just to let you into what we're going to be speaking about. And so first of all, as usual, we will be talking about the Prem games over the weekends and some of the player ratings, how your team got on, how your players got on. Also, some controversy with the ref watch, so we will do a little bit of that as well. One question that I like to be asking Arteta is, what's your plan, Arteta? Just get back to basics. There's been a number of pundits, a number of fans scratching their head, wondering why he's messing about and tinkering about with the system. If it's not broke, why are you trying to fix it? Do you know what I mean? Who will be the real challengers to City? I might be a bit presumptuous saying that City are going to win the league, but listen, they've started off well, 3 out of 3. 9 points, and they haven't got out first scare yet. So the question I'm asking to you guys in the chat, and also you, D, and the other guys when they come on, who will be the real challengers to City? And obviously, we will be looking at the what's going on predictions, game week 4 league table. That's really going to be interesting when you see that. And the what's going on fantasy league shout out, which D will be doing towards the end of the show. And not only that, we have a massive game this weekend, D. Our rivalry starts again this weekend, Sunday, Super Sunday.
That's like your place, though, ain't it, Norm?
Yeah, Arsenal v Man United. You know what? I don't know how to take this game. I don't know how to approach it. I don't know what is going to happen in this game. It could be one of those games where, do you know what I mean? Both teams might end up bagging 4 each, coming out with a 4-4 draw, or it might be a really, really tight match because I think both teams haven't been playing very well. Right, Man United, we'll talk about your game, and obviously Arsenal will talk about our game, but that is going to be a massive game this weekend. It doesn't decide whether we're going to go on and win the title or not, but it's nice to get something over your rivals. Do you know what I mean? And as we know, Man United don't have a fantastic record away against the top 6, if not the top 6 or top 7 clubs. So that's something that Ten Hag will be looking to hopefully put behind him.
Right.
But I'm hoping that
he got no squad, Norm.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's a mess, Norm. An absolute mess, mate. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, I think I mentioned this last week that going on tour all over the world, playing on these artificial pitches, how do we get 7 injuries after 3 games?
Yeah,
that's almost like a joke, right?
Yeah,
3 games in, you got 7.
So you're in. So I mean, at the moment, we know that Varane now is going to be out. For what, 6 weeks? Luke Shaw. That's why you're looking at possibly another left back, Cucurella. I'm hearing that you're linked with Cucurella, a loan deal.
Not sure about him, though. Not sure about him.
You know what I mean? Maybe.
But beggars can't be choosers because Malassia's injured as well. So you got no Luke Shaw, no Malassia.
Yeah.
So you got both your left backs injured.
So I mean, let's just go into a little bit of that before we go into the weekend games. So what is the issue, D? And why is it that you've got so many injuries? I know you sort of alluded to
for me, that it has to be the after effects of playing on those artificial pitches and the air miles on the body. I think that the combination of the two, otherwise I just don't get it because you can't say it's the wet Man United pitch because they're used to playing on that in the rain in Manchester. So it has to be what they did in pre-season, and I get that you have to honour the sponsors because they put a lot of money into the club. And then we played 9 or 10 pre-season games. It's too much, Norms.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, save something for the season. The season's already going to be a top season in 4 competitions, back in the Champions League. I just didn't see the point. I think we said that City may have played 3 or 4, if that.
Something like that. Yeah,
and we played 10.
Yeah.
You know, between swapping out the youth team and all that, it's too much.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that because you've played 10 games that you're more prepared.
No,
because looking at City, do you know what I mean? It's just like they've just kind of left off where they started. Where they left off. Do you know what I mean? And as you say, 10 friendlies.
Like
over the summer, and a lot of the traveling as well.
Yeah, I do get there is a certain amount of obligation for people to put that much money into the club through sponsorship. But at the same time, I mean, these guys are not horses. You know what I mean? They're human beings, man. And you wouldn't do that to a horse either. You wouldn't flog a horse like that either. Because there's no way. Because I've watched the games, a lot of players are looking gassed after about 50, 55 minutes, bro. Now, how you're a professional sportsman? It's just the 3rd game of the season, and you're looking.
So, are you saying that then?
Something right there, no.
Well, the funny thing is, when you played against us in America, you look the more fitter side.
That was our first. Second. That was our second one against you, I think. Either the first or second pre-season.
Yeah, I mean, you look the more fitter than us. I mean, you look. You know what I mean? I don't know.
But
just look fresher.
I look at it and I was saying this to Jason. I said, we're playing too many pre-season games, mate. I don't think it's needed. Like, because of not only that, last season, as you saw that with your side, Norm, it took a lot of the players being a World Cup year. So in the summer, you don't need to go as hard. They're played football. You just do fitness and conditioning. But I get there's an obligation through the sponsors that the supporters across the globe want to see our teams in action. I totally get that. But
Yeah.
there has to be a level of moderation there. And I think we've got it horribly wrong now, because there's no way we should have all these key injuries 3 games into the season. Come on, man. That's just ridiculous.
So the players, as I said, the players that you got out. So you said 7 players. So I mean, off the top of my head, as I say,
yeah, I'm trying to, and I saved it somewhere. Now I don't know where I saved it.
Right.
I saw it somewhere, and I just thought, how are they all?
Well, obviously you got Varane, Luke Shaw, Malacia. Who's the other?
The striker.
Højlund. Yeah. But I heard that he might be on the bench this weekend
on Sunday.
Yeah. But has he been training? Well, first of all, I suppose a question. Let me just bring.
Yeah, apparently he has been training on. Yeah.
It looks like the Masters have let Chile out of the Coalfield. So let me bring him in. Man.
Here comes a hot stepper, murderer.
Man like Kunta Kinte. What's going on, man?
Boy, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good,
man. Yeah, they let you out. They let you out the cotton fields, yeah.
I don't know about letting me out. I've got half a foot now, so that
was. Man was running.
Why, sir? Why? But listen. Good to have you back on, man. I haven't seen you for a little while still. I know last week, it was difficult because I saw you out there. You know what I mean, working and. Yeah, man, it's not easy, bro. But yeah, it's good to have you on. And just before we carry on with the subject, how you doing anyway, mate?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. You're happy. Well, yes, Junior, I'm going to say you was a happier man. You was a happy man up until yesterday, but we'll come back to that.
New season, same old, you know what.
Right, yeah. But listen,
I've got to take my camera for a minute anyway.
I noticed that he didn't. I noticed that Chile didn't answer the question last night. I did put in the chat. 1 down, 2 to go, and there was silence.
I haven't got time for you and your jokes.
But anyway, we'll come back to that anyway, and see where I'll go on with that. But yeah, so D, so you were saying with regards to
Donny van der Beek is injured.
Yes, yeah.
That's 5. I'm missing 2.
Well,
so Martial, right?
Yeah, I was going to say
he played. He came on and played 20 minutes or so. So I don't know. I don't know whether he said just give me some minutes and let's see. Yeah. I don't know whether he's gambling with him. So so if he doesn't start next game against you, it wouldn't surprise me. Again, you know what I mean? It's just a mess now.
Is it? Have you your squad depth, D? In terms of your squad depth, because I mean you're linked with Højbjerg as well. I think I'm going to try and get one.
What is it you say, D? A light 30 mil? Is it a light 30 mil?
Mate, chill. This is my thing, right? If you're going to go Højbjerg, you might as well just kept Fred. We already had him. Man. We already had Fred. I don't.
Yeah, but Højbjerg can play deeper. Where are you going to play him?
Yeah, that's true. But then, I can't even get my head around the Højbjerg one because I feel blindsided by that one. To be honest with you.
Because the Amrabat,
it looks like Norm. There's no strategy. It really does.
Yeah, that's how it comes across. I mean, because
just looks reckless.
The Amrabat situation there. So, obviously, Amrabat is waiting for you guys to be selling players or what? Now trying to get him on loan now, and they've rejected that now.
You're taking the piss out of him, mate. Apparently, we told him to wait.
Yeah.
He could have gone elsewhere and played football.
Right.
And because
Napoli, I know Napoli are looking at it, and you know what I mean?
But apparently he wants to come. And I'm just like, just pay the money, man. I don't get what we're doing here, Norm.
But the problem is, but that's the problem. It seems like you guys ain't got no money because it's this FFP situation where you have to offload players. Now, McTominay, he's been, you know what I mean, linked with it's not Bayern, is it Bayern Munich?
Barcelona, isn't it?
Barcelona.
No.
Was it Bayern Munich?
Bayern Munich, yeah.
Right.
Which, that felt a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming either.
Yeah. Right. So obviously Henderson is gone now, isn't he? He's gone. In terms of your squad depth, what are you saying about your squad depth? Do you still need to add
Yeah,
it just seems
because
like at the moment because
you have to
you've
replace
lost
Fred.
players. Yeah.
If McTominay, see, you can't let both of them go and not
can't.
replace either of them because as you know, Casemiro is going to get suspended at some point this season. That's just the way he plays football. We have to live with that. And the Amrabat thing has been we agreed terms in June. Why at the end of August we're now trying to do a cheeky loan? Yes, Thomas Strong, big up yourself.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm just
Tom.
like, I don't get that, Norms. It's like either there's no communication or Ten Hag's having a bit of a mad one where he's not quite sure what he really wants, that's no good to us, man. Because I think he had a good season.
But is it
season.
Ten Hag or is it your
No, some of it has to be on Ten Hag, Norm. And the reason why I say that is that if you freeze players out, then you've got to get guarantees. Then, if you freeze players out, which is done, you've got to get guarantees that there's money there, or there's a swap deal there, or there's a deal to be done. Otherwise, it's like people are saying, "Oh, Maguire's staying." I'm saying play him then. I'm not paying you 190 grand to sit on my bench. No, you're playing.
Well, you might have to play him now. As I said, we've run out. I know Lindelof can come in in that thingy, but as I said, if he's going to be out for 6 weeks or so, you know what I mean?
And I know United fans are not going to like me saying that, but like if he's staying, because apparently he came in 2 days ago trying to force a loan move. Apparently, I don't know where to. After all that, like you said you're not budging because you want your money, and then right at the end of the window, you're knocking the door saying, I want to go on loan.
Was that loan move? Because I know West Ham came back in for him, but on loan, but Man United blocked it because obviously there's a situation with Varane, but also the fact that they probably want money up front so they can then use that money for the Amrabat deal. Do you know what I mean? But at the moment, they're just kind of scuffling around trying to get little deals here and there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, we should have looked at this. This all feels panicky again. You know what I mean?
It does very much so.
You end up with a 2 late loan players coming in that he didn't really want just to make the numbers up, like what we did in January. We can't be just do it. It's backward now. It's really backward, bro.
Yeah.
And so for me now, I'm just looking at Twitter to see any news because I don't know what's going on now. The whole thing just has been like someone just threw a bag of nails up in the air and however they land. I don't know, man. A club like this, you just wow.
And also the situation with we're hearing, last week I think we heard that the Qataris coming in October.
Apparently
as a possible deal, but then two seconds later, now we're hearing that maybe that might not be the case. That the Glazers are going to hold out and not want to sell the club. So I
heard that they want to sell part of the club, but still control it. I think they still want to control it, but they want to sell some of it.
I don't know. It's just confusing right now what's going on.
But if the truth is, the Glazers can't afford it now. They can't afford to run the club properly. Clearly, because otherwise we wouldn't be trying to get
billionaires, man.
Yeah, but this is literally if you don't have the cash flow, if all your money is tied up in assets, and buildings and properties,
their American sports teams, they're doing well
because a lot of the money gets pushed that way. With Chile, even listen, we have spent.
Jordy.
Yeah, Jordy. We have spent, so there's no point in me saying we haven't spent, but and there's a lot of people saying that Ten Hag's on fraud watch because of making Mason Mount his first signing when you needed a striker and a centre back first and foremost. Yes, you need legs in midfield, but it's not like you never had the midfielders anyway that you can slot in there for now. If he knows that the money is very slim, you've got to address what was the priority, and the priority was one, a fit striker, i.e. Harry Kane, and then a centre back cover for Varane. We knew Varane was going to get injured. He's been like that last season. He was in and out of the team, and when he's fit, he does what he has to do. But we can't control his injuries, and here we are, 3 games in, could be out for 6 weeks. Come on, man. Yeah. And you don't want to play Harry, which I think now you've got to play Harry. You cut your nose off to spite your face.
100%.
You've got to play him.
Yeah.
And this is what I was saying to Jason guys when they were saying, nah, D, you can't just give away the players. When the deal was being done, and it was whatever, 25, 28 million, I would have just got it done. Use that 28 million, go get a new centre back. But we hold on to him, and now he's like, nah, pay me 15 million, and now we're saying, okay, I'll go out on loan now. No, you can't go out on loan the week before the window closes. Come on, bro.
3 days, mate. 3 days
And
left.
that tells you he's a coward as well. I don't know him personally, but that's cowardly behaviour. Because you held out for that money. You don't need the money. Basically, he's trying to retire his whole family from Man United. He's trying to mug us off.
Was it a 6 million, 7 million payoff or something?
No, they offered him 7 million and he rejected it. He needs 12 to 15 to walk. So basically, he want to retire his family, make up the shortfall from the West Ham deal. West Ham, I'm going to say only, which sounds wild, only going to pay him 150 a week. You see how mad that sounds, right?
Yeah.
That's what he's messing up the club for. Like, if he had anything for the club, he said, oh, I love you don't love the club. You love yourself, my friend. Come on, man. No one's interested. I tell you, if that was certain countries, they'd send people for him, He wouldn't get away with holding the club to ransom in certain South American countries. Trust me on that. You know what I mean? I'm not endorsing that, but he wouldn't.
Make sure you're not.
No, but I'm saying that's what would happen, Norman. Now, hold on. You've been stealing a living for the last 2 seasons on 190 a week, and now you want the club to give you 15 million or 12 million to walk, and you're still going to get paid 150 a week at West Ham. Come on, man. And the transfer fee, and he has to put in the transfer request, so he gets a bonus from the transfer move, 150 a week, and 7 mil from United to leave, and it still wasn't good enough for you. I can't respect him. So now, if you're staying, you're playing, and whatever happens. If the fans ride your back every day with every home game, you get crucified by your own.
Well, listen.
Remember that you were the greedy one.
I say there's 3 days left. Yeah, it's 3 days left.
It's madness,
the likelihood is he looks like he's going to stay unless something happens on deadline day or between now and that on the Friday the 1st. And not only that, you've got the January window as well. So something could possibly happen in the January window.
This is what he'll do. He'll try and force a loan in January so that he can get picked for the England squad.
They've come out and said that his income place is secure. So that's maybe another.
So then he can
sit back. He can sit back, kick up his feet now because he knows his income place is secure.
Right.
I mean, the guy was getting game time even when he was 5th or 6th choice centre back. Do you know what I mean? So now,
people like Colwell and all these guys at Chelsea, what does that say to them as potential England defenders? What Harry Kane could just sit on the bench of Man United on 190 a week, and Southgate just picks him. Wow. Okay. Yeah. That's why. Who was it that I'm going to go play for Jamaica or something like that? Who was that I said the other day? I don't blame them. Go play for Jamaica, bro, because this man will mug you off and you'll have no international career because of this Southgate, brother. Yeah. You can't be picking players that are not playing for their first team and not in the first team. You can't. Not ahead of people that are grinding out results for their teams week in, week out as defenders, keeping clean sheets. And my man just, it's like I say, sitting smug on the bench like, I'm
coming back to the whole transfer saga with you guys, because as I said, it just seems like it's a now. I don't know even if it started well, because obviously you getting in Mason Mount, all right. You was always after Højbjerg, and you got him now, but you bought him while he was injured. Hopefully, he'll be nearing fitness to even maybe sit on the bench against us this weekend. Is it just purely? Is it the blame to go both ways in terms of Ten Hag, or is Ten Hag not getting the backing from the club? Do you know what I mean? Because the way they're dealing with their business.
Because if you guys, you might remember this, and this is going back to when Ralph was here, just kind of doing the Philly manager thing. I said, what needs to happen in the summer? Ralph needs to go upstairs, become director of football, and we get Ten Hag in. And I don't know what was so impossible about that. A club as big as us couldn't just push Ralph upstairs and get Ten Hag in. Because Ralph was already there. It's not like you have to go and have to persuade Ralph to come to United. He's already there doing this.
Well, the way it was plugged to us was that Ten Hag and Ralph would be a match made in heaven, because obviously Ralph director.
Ralph got the black book, Norm.
What's what I'm
Ralph
saying?
Got the black book.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And where it completely went wrong is that Ralph ended up having obviously was managing Man United on an interim basis. That just went up in the air, and then there's a lot of back chat, and obviously certain people was talking, and Ralph just basically exposed.
He exposed the foolishness, didn't he?
Yeah, and as a result of that, he ends up leaving the club. Ten Hag, when he was asked about when Ten Hag came in to the club, whether he wanted to work with him, Ten Hag didn't really give a direct answer. You know what I mean? In other words, he didn't really work with him. So I didn't get that either. I thought they would have been made a match in heaven. Do you know what I'm saying?
I actually, because the thing is, Ten Hag has always had a proper director of football, not this makeshift Bristol University bankers that we got upstairs. He's always had a proper guy to rein him in. He's got no one to rein him in. You can't just keep going for players that you managed in other leagues. Other leagues is not the Premier League, and I think we've had enough of Ten Hag players. Buy players for the system and the club now. Stop buying Ten Hag players, because if Sheikh comes in and Sheikh fires him, we're going to be left with all these Ten Hag players that don't fit this a particular system. And this is why you need a proper director of football. Every team, when Liverpool were being successful, the whole program was right. It wasn't just Klopp spending money willy-nilly. He was having right conversations with the director of football and his chief scout, and they were getting the right players in for Liverpool, Man City to be successful. You guys to a point, Norm, as well. So it's like, no, we've seen it, that everyone that gets the structure right, it works for the teams.
Yeah.
You can't just let Ten Hag just sign in who he wants, where there's no one to say, oh, hold on, not this guy. That's what I said last week. I'm not even convinced he listens to his coaches, because the in-game management, sometimes you're like, what's he looking at here?
You raise eyebrows there, mate.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, what's he looking at? Make the sub or switch it up. You know what I mean? Make the sub. And that's what I say. Like Martial, if Martial's fit for the bench, he's fit to start. Simple. And I think I put it in our chat. I said to Ez, play him until the wheels fall off, until he gets injured again. Play him until he gets injured again. Simple as that. And then hopefully by then Højbjerg will be fit by the time Martial gets injured again, and he won't matter. You just play Højbjerg for the middle, leave Rashford out on the left, and then you have whatever you want to do with Anthony and Sancho. Because remember, Sancho looks like he could be halfway out the door because he feels being disrespected. That's what I'm hearing now, that Sancho wants to go. And I'm like, wow, man.
Oh, well, listen, we could talk all night about your club, mate. So let's just crack on with the weekend games. They keep giving, mate. So listen, Chelsea played Friday night against Luton.
A good game that was.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the game, but I heard that the 2 goals from Raheem Sterling, twinkle toes Raheem Sterling, some people are saying. 2 assists from Marlo Gusto. Apparently, I mean, Ez obviously knows a lot about his player. He's not on to sort of talk about him, but yeah, getting 2 assists. A first goal in the 17th minute, and then he gets a second goal in the 68th minute to make it 2-0. And then Nicholas Jackson getting his first Premier League goal. You know, so he's off the mark. Listen, albeit it's against Luton, and to be honest, you know, I think Luton, even though they got through to the Carabao Cup second round, I do believe they are going to go down. They are the whipping boys of the Premier League this season, and so far they're not doing brilliant at all. So they end up losing that game 3-0. And so listen, you know, but I still think there's areas where Chelsea are still lacking. And obviously now it's all over Twitter now. They've got Kyle Palmer. That's been agreed. I think it came up. I think it's something like 40 million plus add-ons. And he's come from Man City, and I thought he would stay with Man City. I thought, if anything, he had a fantastic game against us in the Charity Shield. Scored a brilliant goal, and even in the Super Cup, I think he scored as well. So I thought that he would be a prospect. Maybe, you know, Pep did come out and say that he's not too sure about his future. But I thought if he did go, he would go out on loan. But Chelsea have snapped him up for 40 million plus add-ons, and that's another player that Chelsea have got. I don't know how many players these guys are buying, but mate, he's another one. So, listen, they're not in Champions League. I don't know if anybody can tell me, what the size of their squad is, if they still need to trim down their squad. I know, going forward, I still think they need a striker, but I think they're going to probably rely on this Nicholas Jackson guy. I think he will be the one to probably lead the line. Lukaku now he's gone on loan to Lukaku's gone on loan to Roma, so that's gone through now. So obviously they don't need to worry about him. So I think Nicholas Jackson will be the one. Whether the team is going to be good enough, to go on and make top 5, because now top 5 now is a Champions League position. Yeah, it's an outside chance there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? There's an outside chance that could happen. Big up to you, Cal. How you doing, bro?
Yes, Calvin. Big up yourself, bro.
You know what I mean? So, So Liverpool.
And realistically, they're playing one game a week until the cups start. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Rotation starts. So, domestic cup, should I say?
Luton, Sheffield United, Everton. I think will go down this season possibly. Yeah, I mean Everton have not started well. We will talk about that game, but they've not started. I think they've just signed a striker as well.
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. My memory serves me right. So we'll move on to Saturday, and we'll talk about Chile's team. Angie Ball. Calv, you must be happy. Stop trying to be a scooter pet. We will come on to Arteta when it comes to our game. But let's talk about the AFC Bournemouth game. Tottenham go away to Bournemouth. And they win that game 2-0. James Maddison, a player that I would have had over Havertz all day long.
All right.
Fantastic player. I think is that his first goal? Is that his first goal for the club? I know he's had about 2 or 3 assists since joining the club, but he's got his first goal, and I'm telling you now, he will score more goals than Havertz. Yeah, simple as. This guy will score more goals than Havertz. Do you know what I mean? And you take the lead in the 17th minute, and then Kuleveski in the 63rd minute getting the second goal to come away 2-0 winners of that game. I don't know if you watched the game, Chile. What did you make of the game? What do you make of your side in the terms of the new Angie Ball? A lot of fans. I'm hearing a lot of some people saying that. I heard that some people saying that you've got the best, which I think is an absolute joke, like the best midfield trio in the league. Some are, I'm thinking, what's going on? Some are, I'm thinking, man, behave. But anyway, listen, you must be happy the way Angie Ball is happening. Let me just bring in Mr. Money Ez in. Big up, Ez.
Money.
It just shows you money isn't everything, is
money.
Boy, listen, gentlemen. Good evening. Big up, Milski. Big up me. Big up,
you're good.
Yes, everyone. Hey, listen.
Where's your big gold chain, bro?
Listen, man. I'm a bit.
Where's your gold chain, man? You should be coming with some. Yeah.
Listen, man. I've just been sending Bowley an email if he's got any spare cash for me, bro. You know what I mean? He's just dishing it out, bro.
Well, listen, we're coming to that signing, that Carl Palmer signing, an interesting signing on.
Very
well. So that's just all over Twitter at the moment. But I just want to go back to Chile. Game
from Man City, you signed him.
$40 million. It's all over Twitter, mate.
He's a good player, man.
Yeah,
good player.
He scored against us. Scored in the Super Cup. Very good. Because he played on the same side. Because obviously when Mahrez went, he sort of came in, and I thought personally speaking, that Pep would have kept him. And
that's what I'm saying.
I thought if anything, you'd probably send him out on loan, and then go away, get his sort of in terms of how he as a player, just get his. If he stayed in the Premier League, which he's going to stay in the Premier League now, and he's a permanent buyer, but I thought maybe Pep would say, right, put him out on loan. Get more game time, and then
he's still young as well. He's just turned 21.
Yeah,
And he
You know what
scored
I
that
mean?
important goal for them in the Super Cup that got them
Exactly,
the win.
and scored a very good goal against us in the Charity Shield as well.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So, but just going back to Angie Ball, Chili, how are you feeling about your new manager? About the style of play? Talk to us, man.
3 games, 2 goals in each game. That's what Ange Ball is, baby. We had a little slip up at Brentford, but Brentford.
Yeah, okay. That was a
one of
draw,
you is going
wasn't
to
it?
slip up against Brentford at home.
Tell it again, mate.
One of you will slip up against Brentford at home. They're a good team, man.
Yeah.
No, they are. They are.
Even without Tony, they're a handful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're a good team. So talk to us, Chili, man. Come on, because listen,
did you hear what the crowd was singing? We've got our Tottenham back playing that.
I did hear them.
Yeah.
But did I hear that earlier?
I'm a bit upset that I didn't get on last week because I had enough to say to D. But
listen, say it, man. Say it, my brother.
D, did you see Basuma back heel nutmeg Casemiro?
No.
Did you see that?
What?
No, I missed that one, mate.
Nah,
you must have dreamt that one, man.
I'm sure you
to be fair, but Basuma is somebody that I wanted before he went to you.
Yeah, I remember you saying it.
And when he went to you and you weren't playing him, I never got it. I'm like, why is this guy not playing? And he's a good player. Yeah, Conte just binned him, didn't he? Conte just binned him. But he's showing that he's a class unit. Because he was class at Brighton, and I said, they'll get a lot of money for him.
Arsenal wanted him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the Sarr brothers, Chile, I don't know much about Sarr, but he's a handful as well. He's a problem as well.
Yeah, he's a silky little footballer, man.
Yeah.
And
where did he come from? Where did you get him from? Where did you get him from?
I can't remember. I'm no good at remembering where we get players from. Once we got them, I don't care.
Sarr came from France. He came from Metz. FC Metz.
And we loaned him back. We bought him and loaned him back. Same with Soji.
That's right.
We bought him and then loaned him straight back.
Them two sat in that double pivot. Yeah, man, they're a handful, mate.
It's working.
Interesting. Yeah.
Basuma.
We've got Bentancur to come back as well. Which
he's injured. He's injured.
Yeah. Hopefully next month.
He's balling out.
Agendas aside, Chile, and he might bring some serious football. I'm not saying you're gonna go straight to the top of it, but it's better than the negative football from Conte. And then obviously you had
100%.
100%. And that's and don't forget you're getting these results without Kane, obviously bar your result in the week. But you know what I mean? Like you're getting these results without Kane, especially the Man United one. That was a big result.
Yeah.
Clean sheet, you know.
Huge result.
Crazy.
Yeah, we was wasteful, man.
Yeah.
That first.
I was gonna say, was that game last week's game? Was that a game of 2 halves?
Wasteful.
Or,
definitely.
You know, because some people were saying that. I think Chile was saying that now we wiped the floor with Man United.
No, we didn't wipe the floor. They had half. You had half an hour. You had half an hour at the beginning of the first half.
Yo, Chile, 5 chances, right? All we needed to convert was 2.
Yeah, but that was in the first half hour.
That's what I'm saying. So if we scored 2 of them 5, the conversation is totally different because you guys are taking your stuff off the floor.
My Nanad will should be a bust.
And this is what I said about our wastefulness. You know what I mean? And then we go and buy an injured striker. You know, it's all foolishness. We should have just, like you say, give you a lot of money for Harry.
I don't know why you didn't do that. That's what everyone was expecting to happen.
Yeah, but everyone said that Levy didn't want to deal with us. So that's what I'm hearing. That Levy didn't want to deal with us. So, but I think you drop a 120.
Levy deal with where the money is. You should put in the offer the same way.
Yeah, and I look at that and I think on our part, you see how Harry's hit the ground running already.
Yeah, 3 goals.
You know what I mean? Exactly. And I'm just thinking, like, we do create. We're just wasteful. Harry wouldn't be wasteful in a red shirt. He wouldn't be. And I look at that and I say, man's gone to Germany when he didn't really want to go to Germany. Let's be honest. He didn't really want to go to Germany. And you look at that and you say, we're idiots, man. Because United and the Fergie, he's going for Harry Kane. He's telling them, find the money and get me Harry Kane. That's it. Don't talk to me until Harry Kane is coming down to Carrington for his medical. And that's the difference now in us then and now. Two same team, but 2 totally different attitudes towards football and trying to dominate.
But who was your chairman / owners when Fergie was there?
It was the Glazers towards the end, but it was the McManus family when he fell out with the the horsey thing. That's why they sold to the Glazers, because of Fergie, innit? Fergie fell out with the owners and the horsey dealers when that should have been kept separate away from the club, but it all spilled over back into the club. And then they decided that they couldn't work with him. They got, what's the name? Ed Woodward in. And Ed Woodward brokered the deal with the Glazers. And the rest is history, bro. What, 19 years with these guys? Just dreading out the club. It's...
Did you, when they came in, were you happy?
For who?
When the Glazers came in?
No.
What, on day one you didn't want them?
No, because I thought it wasn't broken. And it was only broken because of the horse mess. And that's on Ferguson. And a lot of people don't want to say that because of what Ferguson did for the club. But we're stuck with them because of him. And you have to remember as well, there was no succession plan. He knew he was going to retire, and he just gave Moyes the job. That's not a succession plan. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here? We're Man United, mate. And so when you see the after effects of what's gone on there, all these years later, we're still suffering. What? This is 10 years now. He walked in 2013 or in 2023. No title since he walked. It's not a coincidence. It really isn't. But there we go.
So, Chile, just obviously life without Kane.
Who?
Do you think that life without Kane?
Who?
Oh
my
God! Is this how you're doing? Oh my gosh!
No.
When he retires, then he's a legend. Until then, who?
No.
Okay.
You know there was.
All right, let's talk about Doctor Who then. Yeah. So listen, right. Life without Doctor Who. Yeah. What's it like for the players now? Do you feel that there's more freedom? They don't have to. There's no reliance on Harry Kane being the focal point. You find that the play is much. I mean, obviously, Ange ball is nice. I love the way you guys play, the way you get the ball forward quick. Even last week was looking at some stats in terms of on average how many passes you make after 2 games. I've made, I think, something like 300 passes. That's after 2 games. Compared to Conte's 56 games, 259 on average passes, right? So you can see that you're now turned into a more possession-based club. And obviously under Poch, she was like that, and under previous managers, she was like that. But when you had the likes of Nunes, when you had the likes of Conte and Mourinho, that was just like negative sideways and fossil football, as the expression would say. So with that said, Doctor Who is gone. And now, you know, you're playing this real nice progressive football. And do you think that this will get you some kind of trophy, or what's your thoughts on
before last night? I would have said but then I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Where he said that he's got to play the players to judge them to see, but. That B team, it's that you're an idiot. That B team isn't fit for purpose. You know what I mean? And but we Harry's gone, and good luck to him. I hope he scores a bag of goals for Munich. In fact, I hope he wins the Champions League with them.
Yeah.
But
I knew Norman's compliments were too good to be true. He teed it up. He teed it up for this moment here. Look,
that's what he's up to.
I just want to ask a question. I just need to ask this question. Listen, I asked a question last night, and I said, "Who does this apply to?" Nobody answered.
Boy, my team's about to play. So I'm not gonna laugh too hard. My team's about to play AFC Wimbledon stuff. You know what I mean?
People in the chat. Who does this apply to? Now listen. Look.
It's a Carabao Cup. We don't care.
Here we go.
Chile.
We're trying to win the league. We ain't trying to win no Carabao Cup.
Do you think you could win the league playing that style of football?
Yeah, we're going to win the league this season.
You're saying it with chess?
Yes.
No, hold on. Normski, hold on. This is the same man that said he's going to win the Champions League. So now I need to ask him, is this the City or Tottenham we're talking about? Because if it's City, I believe you.
Yeah. Hold on.
Right, let me just tell you now.
It's not Thursday yet. It's Thursday tomorrow.
Hold on, Chili, we need that clearly, please. Say that again, sorry.
Tottenham Hotspur are going to win the 23-24 league.
He's finished. This is on record, isn't it? Norm, we're live,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We are live.
yes, all
right,
we're
just checking we're live. Hey, we're gonna come back to the 30th of August at the end of the season.
Now we'll answer that. We'll answer that question again.
Hang on a sec. And what I was saying, Kane's gone, but we've had, I think, 6 different goal scorers, and not really.
That's a good thing, man.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Are you a bit, Chili? Are you a bit concerned about Richarlison though?
No, this is his season.
I kept saying that he's going to have a season, but that game against Bournemouth, he was so bad, man. And
but
it's
he scored in the week though, didn't he? The other day he scored. Is it yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yeah, but we lost the match on penalties. So, but he just needs a goal or two because he's trying way too hard. It's like you can see.
He's actually in his own head. He's gone into his own head. You can see it.
I'm pretty sure.
Just play the game. Yeah.
He beat everyone. I'm sure he beat about 3 players and had the keeper sitting down, and he still couldn't really get the shot off.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's like he's always snatching.
Yeah.
Like he does all the good work, then he snatches the shot. It's like, bro, and maybe he just needs a shooting coach, you know what I mean?
But
maybe that's what he needs.
That's what I was just about to say, D. This is where a good coach can see that.
I just think he just needs to chill, like D said, he's up in his own head.
Yeah.
He needs to just chill out and...
Yeah. Because he's quite a showman as well, so he's putting pressure on himself.
And he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah, he wears his
heart on his sleeve as well. So,
a passionate South American, you know. So
yeah. Well, R9. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he can. He will bag this week, this season.
Could he be the second coming of R9?
So today is the 30th of August. Chile has said that Tottenham will win the 23-24 season.
Yeah, someone on YouTube, please clip this.
please. Anyway, let's move on swiftly. Question I'm answering myself, and I need to ask you guys. And I know, Ez, you do a little bit of coaching and stuff like that, so you need to help me out here, mate. What's your plan, Arteta? Just get back to basics, man.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Whoa. First of all, let's talk about the game, the Fulham game. 58 seconds, not even a time to turn the TV on, yeah, or stream it, or whatever you want to call it, yeah. 58 seconds in, we're a goal down. But I think it's Pereira that scored the goal.
Yeah.
What's Saka?
Ex-Man United man.
What's Saka doing playing a back pass?
No, what he was thinking.
Who was he passing to?
I don't know.
Exactly,
Somebody tell me.
I honestly don't know who he was trying to find with that ball.
Because you know, Norm, it's almost like he thought he saw someone in the corner of his eye and just played the ball rather than actually turn his head. You know what? That's what it looked like.
Now, some people were saying that Ramsdale. Some people were trying to blame Ramsdale, but I think it's all down to Saka. Ramsdale had to scramble back. He had to scramble back. It's Saka's fault. Yeah. By the way, he won the Young PFA Player of the Year. So,
I saw that.
Deservedly so.
And Ireland won the Player of the Year. So fantastic. Big up to both of them.
Well
deserved. But inexplicable what Saka is doing. Playing that ball back. Yeah. And the second thing, I need to ask this question: is Havertz being shoehorned into this side? As you know your player, you know what he's been like over the 3 seasons that he's played for your club. I think he's not scored no more than 20 plus goals.
Yeah.
If my memory serves me right.
No, you're right. He hasn't.
Right. Okay.
What, in total or?
In total.
Oh,
in total. Right, exactly. So, first of all, I was baffled at the start of the season when we was doing well, when we was bringing in this player, when we heard it was linked with Havertz. I'm thinking, because I looked at building on the season gone. Yes, we bottled it. We absolutely bottled it. I thought, okay, what we need to do now is add some quality. We was linked with Declan Rice. That was a saga that just went on. We got in Timber. That was something just out of the blue. Got in him, but what a fantastic player. Unfortunately, he's ended up getting a ACL injury out for pretty much the season. Where I'm hearing that he could possibly come back around about March. But I'm not going to hold that because he needs to get match fit and all of that. So I'm thinking, okay, Havertz. We bring in Havertz, and I'm scratching my head because I'm thinking, Where's he going to play this guy? Yeah, the whole Granit Xhaka thing. Because I was saying to myself, well, listen, is he going to play in the role of Granit Xhaka? Arteta was asked the question. Where's in pre-season? Where are you playing? We're still trying to figure out. You can't be figuring out, bro. Yeah. When he played for Bayer Leverkusen, right, because obviously he played for your team. When you bought him from Bayer Leverkusen, I know he was banging for Bayer Leverkusen. Did he play as a false nine? Did he play?
He played as a 10.
Right.
A 10 that didn't have to press or defend. A 10 that was the cute link up between either a very fast striker that he can play in and maybe make a run into the box late and get a tap in or something along them lines, or a very physical striker in which the two of them and their height, they can.
So he was kind of like a link up man.
He was a link up man. That's and he's not the number 10 like a Özil 10. Let's not get this twisted, yeah. He's not a Bruno Fernandes.
He having a lot of assists then.
He had a lot of in the Bundesliga. His goals and assists would always weigh up. So if he had 10 goals, he'd have about 10 or 11 assists. So that's a good season. 2021 got.
No, but what about for you?
For us, for us, he
so the question,
best season for us, Chile. He scored 6 goals. Yeah. You make that of your you make what you want.
But Ez, the thing that's been sort of pointed at him was obviously when we heard that he was coming to us, the thing was said that Chelsea wasn't using him right. Chelsea was using him as a striker. And whatnot. Now, the reason was because obviously you didn't have no strikers. So you had to use him as that.
Kind of, because there was this one season we bought Lukaku. Okay?
Yes.
So let's look at the first 6 months where Lukaku was happy to be at Chelsea, when he was doing the whole glad to be back, and he was actually scoring some goals, yeah? The way we played Havertz was in the 10, and Lukaku was getting some joy. You see that game we played, no shade against Arsenal, but we played a match against Arsenal, and we won, and Lukaku scored, yeah? A lot of that was Havertz and Lukaku playing off each other.
Was that at the Emirates?
That was at the Emirates.
Yeah, remember that.
One of the first games of the season.
Yeah, remember that.
Right. That's when it was all working. Havertz had a proper number 9 where he wasn't asked to do a number 9 job. He was in the pockets of space. You see, if you can get Havertz working in pockets of space, that's the only place he's dangerous. And
that's what I keep hearing though. I keep hearing he needs to walk in pockets of space, but I'm not seeing this guy doing anything.
But he's not got that role at Arsenal yet. I don't know if it's something.
So but he's got to create the space. The space ain't just going to appear. He's got to get into those pockets.
The system needs to suit him. At the moment, as long as Ødegaard's on the pitch, Ødegaard's the one creating these pockets.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Therefore, he's been shoehorned into the side.
He's been forced into your system.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's why. Rooms, think about it. Why are you struggling to get results? You had to. When I say struggling, Nottingham Forest, it was 2-1, but it wasn't really a reflection of that game. Cool. No. The game after that against Crystal Palace, I think, that was a tough game. Yeah. And then at Fulham now, this has been another tough, very tough game. Yeah, and the common consensus is that your system has been tweaked to suit both Declan Rice and Havertz. Now, Rice is picking up his form. You can see Rice is
definitely.
Where Havertz is gone, well, I'm not really a number 8, but I'm going to try and do a job. You ask Havertz to pick out a splitting ball from the number 8 position. You can't do it.
You can't.
And Thomas Tuchel said, well, I can't trust you in midfield, and he doesn't play with a number 10. So I'm going to have to play you as a striker. As a false 9.
Yeah.
So you can still find them pockets of space and operate as a 10, but also end up as a striker position. And that's the best we got out of Havertz. And that's how we got our Champions League winning goal.
What is it that Arteta is trying to do? What is his plan? That's the question I'm asking. What is his plan?
He thinks, you know how Arteta is. Okay. Now, this is the ego of Arteta. And it's not a bad thing because it works so far. He likes to get a player that isn't quite polished and slowly coach them to be what he sees in them, right? So you done that with Martinelli. Martinelli claimed he was a striker. Arteta said, no, you're not. You're a left winger, and I'm going to make you a left winger. I'm going to show you a left winger. He's given Saka that, and you can kind of go down the list of all these players, Ben White, Saliba, all these players that have come under Arteta and improved, right? Same for Zinchenko, all these two players. Anyway, he wants Havertz to understand his sort of role that he's made in his system. And it now depends on how quickly Havertz can get it. I don't really blame Arteta, but Arteta has taken a punt here, and the punt will only be rewarding if Havertz can understand what the coach is asking of him. And guess what? He's only going to get it, Norms, if you keep playing him. You can't drop him. If you drop him,
I know, Ez, listen, we're now playing Partey in this right back role as an inverted right back because obviously the fact that we haven't got Zinchenko because coming back from injury, right?
Yeah.
Now Partey is not a right back, and I know what he did towards the end of last season.
Yeah.
The pressure was off. Yeah. So we go to Nottingham Forest. We know Man City have already won the league. We go to Nottingham Forest. He decided that he's going to play Partey as that right inverted right back. Okay. We end up losing that game 1-0. Yeah. We then go last game of the season. Wolves slap them 5-0. Yeah. Played Partey in that inverted role. Ooh, is this the way forward? Now, during pre-season, we didn't do that. We didn't see none of that. He played his normal back four with Gabriel Magalhaes, Saliba, Ben White, and Timber. Because I think
he's playing Ben White. He was playing Ben White at right back, weren't he?
That's right.
Yeah. And by put him in there, he's lost the lap over synergy connection with Saka.
Yep.
Yeah. So if we can see that, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan, I can see that. Why can't he see that, Norm?
You need to keep
because he's stubborn. It's as simple as that. He can see, but he's stubborn.
Yeah, you need to keep Ben White where he
Ben White at right back. Yeah, exactly.
And I know Arteta wants to keep the system because you didn't go and buy an out and out right back. You would have gone and bought an out and out right back.
Yeah.
You know, if you were looking to change your system, you haven't done that.
Yeah, but
so
if you think about it, he's playing with like
he's playing with 4 centre as well before the injury. No, I'm saying that before the Timber can play either right back or centre back, or even the holding. So he didn't. Yeah, he didn't have to
centre back.
Yeah,
but he can.
He plays them very well. Yeah,
players. He likes versatile players. Yeah. So effectively, what we've got in the back four is not actually backs. They're all centre backs.
Yeah,
they're all centre backs. Apart from when we had Tierney, he's now on loan to Real Sociedad. Yeah, right.
I still don't get that one.
He's either playing Kivior because
Kivior. That's right. Yeah,
Tierney doesn't fit the system. Tierney can't play that system, so that's why he doesn't play. He ended up being almost fourth choice left back. Yeah, Shevchenko's not actually a left back. Such he did it for Man City.
You don't play a left back. You don't play.
He's a midfielder. He plays midfield for his country. Yeah. But Arteta wants to play this inverted where, you know what I mean? So what it was, at the moment, we've got an imbalance because Shevchenko's not playing, right? Yeah. He's decided, right, I'm going to take my two best centre-backs pairing, sit Magalhaes on the bench because all this, I'm thinking now, is something going on in the background.
Something's going on there, Norm. Has to be.
It's either that, but obviously, he said Magalhaes is not for sale, yeah? My thing is, come Sunday,
play him there.
Go back to basics. Play your best back four. Listen, I know I can see what happens. When we're in attack, we overload the midfield. We end up being a 3-4-3. When we're defending, it's 4-3-3. That's what it is, yeah? So we overload the midfield. Now, the problem is Partey in a couple of games. That's why I got a little bit worried because he got cooked by your guy, your ex winger.
Yeah, Elanga cooked him, yeah.
Right. After,
had him on skis, mate. Had him on roller skates.
That's not Partey's game. That's not
Partey's game. Nah, it's not his game. He's exposing his weaknesses, though.
My thing is, I would play Partey as that deep role.
Yeah.
And Declan Wright, who can do the.
But it's not about that. It's you're trying to evolve. So Arteta's done this Pep Guardiola thing where Pep gets to a stage where he starts overthinking. Arteta probably
at least it wins him stuff.
True. Well, it did it in the Champions League.
I know. One of the games, one Man City, one of the finals.
But my point being that Arteta probably thinks that people will have his number after last season in terms of because don't forget last season you played one formation and you pretty much had. I could tell you your lineup before you even put it out, pretty much.
Yeah.
But so Arteta.
Isn't that a good thing though?
That is a good thing.
It's a good thing.
I'm actually okay with that. But
I'm okay with that. But these managers, they want to see things evolve and go forwards, right? So it's not about Partey being a right back or not. It's about this whole. If you watch your games being broken down, Partey, when you're on the ball, is not a right back. Now, Ben White, when he's playing right back, can't do that thing of inverting as deep into midfield as Partey does. If you watch Arsenal, watch them on the weekend. If Partey plays right back, as soon as you get the ball, he's in midfield. And I'm not just talking sort of in midfield. He's proper in the middle of the park.
In midfield, yeah.
So
and
that's
Ben White is a shuffle across. Ben White is a shuffle across.
That's your plan on the ball. Now, the moment you put a natural right back there, like or Ben White, even, you can't do that. Now it works. You can see where it works because you overload that midfield. You can dominate possession. City do it well, and I think they do it the best. Brighton do it similarly best. You're trying to now add that. That's why Partey is really there. The problem is that Partey hasn't got the athletics, the ability to get back into that natural four when you lose the ball. Unlike City can do it because they've got people like Walker that can get back. Yeah, and that piece you've got, even if you've given someone a half a yard, couple of strides, he can get back. And there's not many people that can cook him, right? So it's this tactical genius that if it comes off, and it's this mad criticism when it doesn't. And you've got two big issues there with trying to do this, and you've got someone like Havertz that's not pulling his weight. Because if you're up 2-3-0 and you're making these sort of errors in your shape, you're cool. But you can't go up 2-3-0 because in your midfield, a player that doesn't know what he's doing. You know, I saw Havertz against Fulham. This guy's passing the ball off the pitch, you know. I don't know if you saw. He's playing.
There was one time where he got the ball. Apparently, there was one time where, because I didn't get to see the game, but there was one time where he got the ball. The crowd just went like they just pretty much had a go at him because he received the ball.
Yeah,
there was this space. All he had to do was receive and turn and run into the space. He decides to play it back to Declan. Declan Rice at that point just had his hand up. Going, what are you doing? Yeah, he loses the ball because he's put Declan under pressure. They end up breaking on us. Yeah,
no, there was another one, same thing, and anyone that watched the match will know. He done the same thing, and he passed the ball seriously to the advertising Bullard.
Yeah,
seriously, he passed it seriously, and that we don't know what Arteta's plan. Do you know what? The best I saw Havertz is when you actually played him as a false nine against City. That's the best I've seen him for Arsenal. Forget pre-season.
Basically, he has to rotate. He has to rotate with that because we was calling for Trossard. Trossard didn't really have a great game against Fulham. Yeah, Eddie Nketiah came on. Yeah, puts us up. You get listen. I've been having a go at Vieira, telling that man needs to get some cornmeal porridge in his.
And he turned it on.
Right. He turned it on. He came on.
Yeah, probably the best game for you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Got the penalty. Lovely assist for Nketiah to make it 2-1. You're thinking that, 10 men Fulham, we go on and win the game. Next thing I know, I'll go look at my phone, it's 2-2. I'm like, what's going on? And Shevchenko, right? Down to Shevchenko again. Start messing about with the ball.
Yeah.
Ends up putting the ball out for a corner up against Traore. We didn't defend the box. And then we end up drawing the game 2-2. It felt like a loss because you're playing against 10 man. You're playing against 10 man. 10 man Fulham. It's absolutely ridiculous. Not good enough. Not good enough. And that's what I was going to say. He's got to stop messing and tinkering with it. But the thing is, I hear what you're saying. It's a fine balance because obviously he's trying to do his thing. But if he's, I would suggest that he goes back to the Ben White at right back because we're not getting that overlap. As Dee said, we're not seeing it overlap.
Yeah, you see it. He's killed it. Yeah, he's killed it on the right hand side.
That's the standard.
I understand what Ezzy's saying, but what he should be doing, in my opinion, is what you done well last season, doing that, and on the odd occasion you switch it up gradually, rather than just going in and playing a whole new system.
I guess that's kind of what Pep done, but Pep done it in the heat of things. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but John Stones is sometimes a centre back, and sometimes he's at the edge of your box playing in midfield. Do you know what I mean? And that's something that Pep dropped in last season, right?
Yeah.
Arteta's gone. Oh yeah, that's my friend. Yeah. Let me see if I could
copy him.
Let me see if I could do something. I'm not saying that's exactly what he's saying, but what I'm saying is these managers at this level start to think beyond what is the basics. We're all calling for basics for Arsenal's sake, right?
Yeah.
But these man on the pitch, don't forget these man. You watch your documentary, Norm. These man are on the training ground, analyzing videos, telling man what they should and shouldn't do. This is if you do this, that will happen. This is the space. This is these men are overthinking much more than what we see when we watch the match. And then come match day, we're like, what's that? What they've been working on? Yeah, wasn't this the same manager that played? We never wore cologne and thought it would make a difference. You know what I mean?
that one still tickles me, man. That one still tickles me. You know what I mean? Walk on.
And now we got win the dog now. Yeah, win the dog.
Oh, listen.
With hope in your heart.
The PR in this club is just ridiculous.
Hey, this is what happens. This is what happens. And okay. Let me take my foot off Arteta a little bit. Some things have not gone your way. Jesus injured, obviously, at the beginning of the season. Timber with a bad injury as well. That changed your plans because in pre-season, you looked like you were planning to play with Timber, obviously.
Absolutely, 100%.
And so Arteta had to think, right, do I scrap what we've been working on all pre-season, or do we continue, but we just make the subtle change, which should have been Partey and la. You know, I don't know, Norms. But I think beyond Partey and this positioning stuff, your biggest concern is Havertz. Drop Havertz, okay, until you...
But that's the question. Has he got the goalness to do that, mate? Because he's paid 65 million for this guy.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And D will agree. Ten Hag has the same issue with Mount. You know, Mount should be dropped too. You know what I mean? But that's the other one that's injured, Norman. Mason Mount. 100%.
All right,
he's injured. He's injured.
He's injured.
He's injured, mate. Yeah.
Nah.
They got about
seven.
They got 7 players injured. They got 7 players
disgraceful,
injured.
Mate.
You're catching up with us. We're on 9 injuries.
Yeah, but that shouldn't matter. Is you've got the whole world.
You know what I mean? You see how the smile came quick after that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
We got 9.
Just one more thing on Chelsea. I've been told that Bowley is still at the training ground working on one more signing. I don't know what this man must do. We don't need anyone. I'll be honest.
Let's bring in Mr. Kofi Klopp.
Yes, Kofi.
Mr. Kofi Klopp is in the room.
Yes,
guys. Sorry, can't show my face. But I'm here.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, that's no problem, man. That's no problem. Yeah, sorry, as you say.
No, we'll probably go after whoever Liverpool want to move for. You know what I mean? It's Kofi, what you saying?
Hey, don't start that, man. Don't start that. You're doing that too much.
Listen, I'm gonna.
No, hang on a minute. Where's Tommy then?
Who's that?
Tommy
Tommy Yasu.
He don't rate him.
He got suspended for that, which was ridiculous. Yeah.
Yes.
Last week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he get suspended for?
Yes.
What happened? He got a second yellow card. He hardly touched the player.
So he got sent off.
Palace and he got sent off.
Red card.
So the first one, he got a yellow card for time wasting. Listen,
I remember now.
Yeah, you remember that one? Yeah, right. So just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But listen, we can't afford to be dropping points at home again. We're letting in goals too easily. That's the third time now where a team has come to the Emirates and scored within a minute of kickoff.
They said 3 times in your last 9 games you conceded in the first minute.
Ridiculous. Not good. Not a club of our stature. Not good. Not good.
Oh, that is harsh. Oh, that is harsh.
Exactly.
Hey,
not good.
Harsh, you know.
It's worrying. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I just want to, yeah.
But this is the thing, Norman. I think how well the team done last season now. That you can't afford to get to Christmas and be 7, 8, or 9 points behind City.
No.
Otherwise, fans are going to call for his head.
No.
So he has to stop experimenting and go back to what works.
But
then you start mixing it up later on in the season when you have to because of injuries and suspensions. But everyone that's fit,
as I said,
play it. Yeah.
As I said earlier on, when we went into the transfer window, coming out of a season where we disappointingly dropped off, I'm thinking, right, Arsenal started off the window. We got in there early. We got the players. Obviously, when the Havertz deal happened, I was like, scratching my head, wondering what's going on. I thought we would still add more players because I was still looking for a cover for Saka. I was looking maybe to even get like a Kudos. He's now ended up at West Ham. Yeah.
Goodbye.
I did for us. Even that Mr. Diaby for who's playing for
very good guy.
Oh, what a player! I thought I could have him, mate.
Yeah.
I think he scored 2 and 2 now.
Yeah.
And a couple of assists. Yeah. Brilliant player. Yeah. We need cover for Saka. So I'm thinking, okay, then obviously we spent the 200 million or whatever it was, and then FFP kicked in. So it's a kind of case of, well, listen, we need to offload some more players. That Tavs is now on loan to Nottingham Forest with an obligation to buy, I think, 12 million. So that's good. Trying to see if we can offload Lokonga. We're hearing that Holding is linked. I mean, that guy's been with the club from whenever, from Wenger days. We heard that he's linked with a couple of clubs, Besiktas, I think one or two clubs in the Premier League, and a couple of clubs. I think another Real Betis. I think a couple of clubs. So, we probably get about 2-3 million for him. Not going to get much for him. But we need to offload a load of players before the window closes. Whether we can then go in, because I think now with the Timber issue, we're looking at replacing another defender. I still think we still need to go and get another attacker, an attacking player. We'll have to just see what happens. Hopefully, they might pull something out of the hat. We'll just see what happens concerning that. But it's just not good enough the way we are starting our games, and the fact that Arteta is trying to implement this kind of style of play. He should just stick to basics, yeah. And as you said, as the season progressed, then you can maybe, do you know what I mean? But at the moment, it's not working.
Yeah,
if it's not broke, where are you trying to fix it?
I'm always a firm believer in doing the tweaks because you have to, because of injuries and suspensions. Don't be tweaking because you think it's cute. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Just a whole square pegs in. Because I mean, I know you're going to come on to my lot in the soon, but so I'll wait.
Yeah, but I'm gonna come on to that now. But I'm just saying, basically, Arteta needs to go back to basics. Whether he will do that or not, I don't know. So come Sunday, hopefully he'll be listening to the pundits. You know,
Who you got
Arteta, Man United at home.
You got us, mate. You got us.
Come on, United.
If we play like we did against Fulham, Man United will beat us. But
I know
you say D. No, but I'm saying D might beg to differ on that because obviously,
if we play like we played against Forest in the first,
exactly. We're gonna come to that game then.
If we play against
let's just hope for a draw for both of you guys, man. That'll do nice,
If we play the opening 30 minutes, Norman, against you, like we did against Forest, you'll be 4-0 up before we can even recognize what's going on in the game. Trust me, because that was just
Well, that game 3-2, you actually brought that game back 3-2. Well, after about 6 minutes, Forest were 2-0 up.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Like,
what's going on there?
It's almost like we wasn't even at home. It was like, guys, I came in, I found my... No, I shouldn't say that.
You found something, yeah?
I found something, right? And by the time I got comfortable, we was 1-0 down. I said, right, okay. And then by the time I blinked, we were 1-0 down, and I said, nah. Something is wrong here. And it's like they came to work, but they never had their coffee. You know, them ones, like you came to work, you needed a coffee to kick you in, and nobody bothered to have their coffee. And Ten Hag has to do a better job of motivating these guys. Because I don't know if you saw this, we're doing this huddle thing before the game starts now. This little arms around, like we used to do in basketball. Well. We used to do this in basketball. We put our hands in and say, Kadivas, rah, rah, rah. You know what I mean? That's what we used to do, getting one G'd up, right, in the basketball. That's how we used to start our basketball games, National League. And when I saw this, I just thought that should have been done in the changing rooms. We should be focused now of being in position, not getting clapped 2-0 in 6 minutes at home. There's no explanation for it, no. It's sloppiness and whatever. You're not communicating. How are you not communicating? There's no real strangers in that squad now. Everyone kind of knows each other. Apart from, and the guy that's coming is not really playing. Obviously, Mason Mount will know a lot of them guys from England and what have you. You know what I mean? So, the guys that play for England. But I just feel like, I don't know, for what we did last season, I don't know where we're at. And we can't go to the Emirates and do that foolishness against you. Like I said, within 30 minutes we'll be 4-0 down in that game, and we'll be on a hiding to what Liverpool did and Man City did last season. If he has any hidings like that this season, I'm gonna have a problem with that because he's had the opportunity to strengthen in the right directions, and I don't see him doing it right now. I don't, and I don't know whether that is that he needs to be reined in, like we were talking about Norman earlier before we came on. That I think we need a proper director of football. Forget about this Richard Arnold or whoever's pretending to do it. Just get me a proper director of football. Forget about these Bristol University bankers. They don't know what they're doing upstairs. And you can't let Ten Hag just, like, you've got to get some club signings in. They can't all be Ten Hag's people from previous encounters or previous teams or what. I don't want that because, like you say, for instance, the club gets sold before Christmas and Sheikh comes in. Sheikh might have seen enough to say, nah, I don't want Eric Ten Hag. And he can fire him. He's in charge now.
And then
Right. And so that's my little fear right now, that if Eric just keeps doing his own thing, because like I say, I strongly believe he doesn't listen to his coaches. I strongly believe that. Otherwise, when we're waiting for changes, what we saw in pre-season, he played Jadon Sancho in the false nine. And I thought we looked better with Sancho in the false nine and Rashford back out on the left.
Yeah.
So why is he playing Rashford through the middle?
Is that in pre-season, D? Because I saw
pre-season,
I saw some
pre-season,
and
I'm saying, and then you decide that in your mind that Garnacho is a better player than Sancho. In what world? I'm like, I don't know what you're saying there, because Garnacho is an impact player. I've said this for a long while. He's not first team ready yet, but you're benching Sancho, put Rashford in the middle, and put this guy on the left, rather than you play Sancho in the false nine. I'm lost because he's not going to drop Anthony, because he'll die on the Anthony sword, because Anthony's his guy. He overpaid for him. He chased him and overpaid for him. We all know that. But if Sancho is fit until Martial gets some legs in him, because he has to get some legs in him, and Ramos decides that now he's fit to play after coming in as a newbie, then you go back. But yeah, there's no point playing Rashford in the middle. I said this last week. Rashford exposed himself to interviewers saying, I don't want to play for the middle. It's not what I do. So every defender knows he ain't up for it. Yeah. Every single defender knows that Rashford is not up for playing through the middle. So you know what? Kick the crap out of him every time he's playing through the middle. And he'll go into a sulk and you'll get nothing from him. At least we saw a bit of the old Rashford on the left with some creativity. He gets that first assist for Eriksen in the comeback. I think once we scored the first goal, I knew we could get something out of the game. I wasn't going to say we were going to win it, but I knew we could get a point out of it. I knew we'd score a second goal. To score a third goal, I thought we showed a lot of character. So I'm not going to bash them too much on that. But we shouldn't have been 2-0 down in 6 minutes in the first place.
A better side.
Come on, man.
A better side.
Yeah,
that is not going to let that. They're not going to let that drop. Definitely.
And I think all your teams, well, Chile's team already done it, but all the rest of your teams would have absolutely put us to the sword for that. If Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea go 2-0 up in 6 minutes, they are not losing that game. Trust me on that.
And Tottenham.
No, that's why I said that you already did it. You already proved it. So that's why I didn't say Tottenham, because Tottenham already proved it. They went 2-0 up and they shut up shop and we couldn't get back into it. Yeah. But if we let that happen, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, we are getting absolutely cooked in this system. And so now
Newcastle and Brighton too, you can put in there.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right, Chill. You're right. You can't
saying that about Brighton. West Ham going there and beating them 3-1.
Yeah,
that was a shocker, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a shocker. Yeah,
that was. I did not expect that result at all.
Hang on a second, D. What's the team that Gary Neville and them man own?
Salford.
Is it Salford?
Yeah, Salford. Yeah,
they've just beaten Leeds.
Yeah, I was watching the penalty.
9 penalties.
But it was strange, because Gary Neville owned Salford, but he was doing the commentary on Sky Sports. So I was like, that shouldn't really be happening, you know. I mean, he tried his best not to be biased, but you know Gary, man.
Yeah, it's all that man cares. It's all that man. Yeah, for him.
conflict of interest. Was it
Yeah,
conflict
yeah.
of
Big
interest?
time. Yeah. Conflict of
Yeah,
interest. Yeah, man.
he was all celebrating, and then you can't respect the opposition, man.
That's terrible.
Well, listen. Let's just quickly move on. So, look, well, we know big, massive game, Super Sunday, Arsenal against Man United. All I'm just saying is, Arsenal, please go back to basics and let's try and beat Man United. As I say, Man United don't have a fantastic record against the top 6 sides. So, hopefully, if we do revert back to type, then we might get a result against them.
And no, just quickly, no Varane, no Mason Mount, no Haaland,
Luke Shaw.
no Luke Shaw, no Malaysia, no Kobe Mino.
No excuses.
No
No
Delo.
excuses. Yeah, thank you,
So
Jimmy. No
that's
excuses.
D, park up the bus, man. Park the bus.
Tom Heaton. Literally, Chile. Like I mean, Kofi. Literally, I think to survive that, he might have to go to a back 5. I think we could get cooked now.
No.
Well,
man.
you know that. You say, D,
Offense
you're
is the
saying
best
all, D,
team,
you say, yeah, but D, you're saying all of that, yeah. And do you remember that season when we came to Old Trafford when you was depleted, with injuries, yeah?
Oh,
And we was on a roll years ago, and Rashford turned up. Do you remember? Rashford turned up. It was his first debut against us. And I was thinking, what's going on?
That was on the Van Gaal, wasn't it? On the Van Gaal.
That's right.
Yeah.
Listen, even though your side is depleted, listen, Arsenal, we're the gift that keeps giving.
Well, the thing is, he's going to play people out of position, and I think that can work in your favour.
Yeah,
that's all I can say. That's the only way you can do it.
Yeah, but if we play people out of position, it can work in your favour. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, listen, because I think he'll play. I think he'll play Partey at right back, and I think Rashford will be just salivating over that, like hands together. You know the ones.
He's looking like a draw. It's looking like a draw. Yeah,
a score draw.
So we'll see what happens there. So just quickly, Brentford won, Crystal Palace won.
Yeah,
I'm not going to really go into much about that. Everton, getting a little bit worried about Everton. Wolverhampton. They
can't beat Wolves,
but they get. Listen, if you can't beat Wolves at home, then something is seriously wrong. I know they've just bought a new striker, so we'll see what happens. And
they just sold what's his name to City?
Who? Everton?
No, Wolves have.
Yeah, that's right. There's a verbal agreement. It's not
Nunes or whatever his name is. He went on
strike. Apparently, he went on strike because obviously when the first bid was rejected for 47 million. He went on strike, so he missed 3 days of training. Obviously, they fined him for that. But it looks like now Wolverhampton have accepted the offer or the deal for.
You see me, Norm? I'm not buying a player like that, Norm.
I was about to say I don't like that at all.
That down in tools. I'm not buying no player that down tools to come to my club. Forget that, because they do the same at your club.
When Pep gets hold of him, he'll be all right, mate. Don't worry about that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so Wolverhampton coming out winners in that game, winning that game 1-0. And as I said, surprise package there, West Ham, because normally Brighton is West Ham's bogey team.
Yeah.
So for them to go to
their Brighton at home, Brighton was at home, weren't they?
Yeah,
they were at home, weren't they, Brighton? Yeah.
And Brighton have really started well. Started the league really well. So we'll just quickly move on to Burnley 1. Burnley, Vincent Company, guys, listen, just before we got into Kofi's game, listen, boy, do you think Burnley will end up going down? Or do you think that they will come good? Because I'm not sure. I know Chile don't like Burnley, full stop, so we won't go into that story.
Too early for me.
But Aston Villa 3, Burnley 1.
Too early.
It's one of them strange places, though, Norm. But Burnley's one of them strange places where I went there in my BT days and I was scared, man. Man. I had to watch my back. I had to watch my back. I ain't gonna pretend. Any Burnley fans, I'm sorry, man. That was just my personal experience as an engineer, as a black engineer. I said to my boss, we're not doing Burnley again. Send me to Scotland. Well, I was going to Glasgow and all them places, and I was good. I went to Burnley and I was digi. I was digi in Burnley, like nah.
Well, listen. If Vincent Company's managing there, you should be okay now.
Right? There was my life, Vincent.
Right. Man City 2, Sheffield United 1. Listen, Man City 85th minute, Burnley equalised. Not Burnley, Sheffield United equalised. Haaland misses a penalty, but as Haaland does, he gets his goals 63rd minute. I think that's 3 goals now He's got 3 and 3. And then Rodri again. This guy always does it.
He's a bad man, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
Rodri's a bad man, you know. Really
Scoring in the 89th, I think it's the 89th minute or something like that. I can't remember. I think the 89th
He's
minute.
always in the
Make
right
it 2-1.
place at the right time.
Always.
Yeah, the 88th minute assist Phil Foden.
And the thing about it, Man City didn't really play that well in that game, to be honest. Do you know what I mean?
That's the experimenting thing we're talking about. This is what I'm saying. Pep's
Yeah,
doing
but
the same stuff.
if you think about it, right, he puts Phil Foden on in the 86th minute, and Phil Foden gets that assist in the 88th minute. Come on, man.
The treatment of Foden is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? Yeah, it's wild.
And
Any other team in the Premiership,
that guy starts exactly.
Yeah.
Stop any other team, innit?
Yeah.
But the thing is, Pep continually asks him to prove himself, and then the one game he might be off it, bench. Even
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's hard on him.
No, it's because Pep has high standards, and I'm not saying that.
He'll end up leaving, though. I think he'll end up leaving because you know what? He's won the treble, so it don't matter. He's won the treble.
Yeah, but
So I think
but I think unless he's brought this, the Nunes guy that he's brought in, he's a cam, isn't he? Is he an attacking midfielder?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I think he is.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So okay, so obviously De Bruyne, has probably got another year or so before he leaves. I thought
Plus
that
the injuries.
I thought that Foden would be the one to come in and sort of kind of take his place, even though Foden can play in multiple positions. But I would have thought that maybe he'd be the one to come in and take that spot from De Bruyne.
But the game before last, he played in that spot and pulled all the strings, and then he gets benched. Like Ed says, it doesn't make any sense. He's an absolute baller. This is the Stockport Iniesta we're talking about here, you know. The Stockport Iniesta, and the man holding bench.
He's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
he's absolutely brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
But this is a standard, though.
He'll prove himself, and then Pep will go, "Well done, son," and then put him on the bench again.
No, I'm telling you now.
What
I'll
you
tell you
ask
what.
yourself is, are Man City winning?
But this is the
City are
thing.
winning, so you can't really knock Pep. If they were losing, then
but a player like that though, Chile, he'll end up going Barcelona or something like that.
I'm not saying that it's right, but then
and then City will try and block the move.
He does it, but he's obviously got his reasons. Maybe he's
a wind-up merchant, isn't he? Nah, he's a wind-up merchant. I think Pep. He's a wind-up merchant, man. Because if I was at that team and I'm Foden, I've been looking at this man in a different light. I've been like, nah, he's bugging me off here. I'm an England international. Whenever I come on, I'm producing. And I'm holding bench. I'm just keep holding bench.
But then, you said, he's just won the treble. Where's he going to go? Somewhere like what? Chelsea?
No, he's going to go Barcelona or Madrid, mate. Watch. They'll love him out there. Or even Bayern Munich and go and join Harry.
We'll see. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the Liverpool-Newcastle game. What a game this was.
That was a game.
Over to you, Kofi Klopp. Now, Kofi Klopp seems to think that, or he may have other ideas now after watching back the red card on the Van Dijk red card. He clearly kicks the guy's legs away. Yeah,
it wasn't. Wait.
Listen, he clearly kicks the guy's
legs. It's a red card, Kofi.
That wasn't.
It's a red card.
It's
a red card. You telling me about it's a yellow card? It's a red card.
The contact on Isak was minimal, and Isak knew. That's why all strikers know. All strikers know when to go.
Brother,
Kofi.
If you look at the kick, if you look at it slowed down, it was never a straight kick through.
I'm going on YouTube right now.
But this is the thing, Kofi. Hear me out on this, right? And you may not agree. If he commits the foul in the box, it's only a yellow card. It's because he commits the foul outside the box, and they're saying it's a clear and obvious area because he was through on goal. If he does it in the box, he gives a penalty. Van Dijk gets a yellow card and stays on the pitch.
Yeah.
So if that tackle happens, because it happened outside the box, he's got no choice but to red card him.
Yeah, but then he gets the ball more cleaner than he gets the man.
Ooh, I'm not sure about
that, bro. I don't know what you're watching here, Kofi.
No. I saw it slow down.
I've watched it every angle I can see it. I've watched it every angle I can see it. And I'm saying he should have waited maybe one more second till he was in the box and he would have got away with a yellow card and a penalty. he would have stayed on the pitch.
So, Kofi, you're saying he got the ball first before he
No, I'm not saying he got the ball first. I'm saying he got the ball more than he got the man.
Oh.
What you talking about? That means he got the ball first then?
No, it was like the connection towards the ball.
Okay, hold on. He got the ball more than he got the man.
Yeah.
So did he get?
No, but he got the man first.
Did he get the man first?
Then
he kicked through the man to get the ball. You can't
exactly.
Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but then the connection towards Listen, wait, no. Let me land. The connection between him and Isak was minimal. It was minimum, and Isak played on it. He played on it. Because he knows the last person.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, I've watched it. Forget all that Isak playing on it because they've got VAR. We can watch if a player's playing on it or not. Yeah, it's completely different. VAR didn't exist. Yeah, I mean we just gone by the referee's decision. VAR looked at the contact. I am so sorry, Kofi. He's gone through the man.
Oh,
you know what? You know what?
I'm never gonna win this because obviously it's a VAR decision and
no.
Put VAR to one side, man. Put VAR to one side. Every angle you watch it at, it was man them ball.
Would be in favor of Van Dijk being the last man, and obviously he has to make that decision because obviously he can't go cover.
The question is, Kofi, is it a foul or not?
It's a foul, but he got.
So then it's a foul. It's a red card, then, isn't it? He's the last man.
It's more a yellow card, man.
Yes, it's a yellow card if he does it in the box.
The penalty.
He does it outside the box, man.
The ref just tried to spoil the game. We should just yellow card. Nah, bro.
It's all about timing. Like, at the end of the day, Van Dijk made up in his mind he had to make the tackle. If he does it a split second later, he gets away with a yellow card and gives away the penalty. And he stays on the pitch. Simple as that. Timing is everything, Kofi. Unfortunately.
And now Van Dijk is probably going to end up with an extra ban because of his behaviour going off the pitch.
Yeah, he get on bad, didn't he? And that's a captain. That's your captain, you know, Kofi.
See that's messed us up because Konate is still injured.
Right.
Gomez is there, and Matip was going to
have
Gomez.
Go Gomez.
And then we got Konsa, who's a young B, and he's just coming and starting his debut. You know, so that we're finished. We're finished.
Do you think quickly, Kofi? Listen, absolutely fantastic comeback. Nunes getting a brace.
Yeah, noodles, boy.
Noodles we trust.
Noodles,
I'm still waiting for that T-shirt, Kofi. Run that T-shirt, bro.
It's no noodles no more when he strikes the ball like that. It's clean strike.
Noodles we trust, man.
And you know what it is, though, Kofi. And the thing about it, that's the problem. Because I remember the first time when the first ball came over the top. I don't know who played it to him, and his first touch was really bad. And I was thinking, he was thinking about it too much. When he doesn't have to think about it, he just bangs it. And on both occasions, didn't have to think about it. Bang, bang,
bam.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, when you come into a new country, you're going to be under so much pressure. Look at the price tag on his head. And he can't even speak the language. And he has to go and just try and perform every week.
To be fair, if you look at his goal tally, to what's his name? What's the guy's name? Suarez. Apparently, he's got one more goal than Suarez.
Well, that says a lot then, because Suarez
in terms of his start. Do you know what I'm saying?
You have to remember Suarez came from Holland, Ajax, and he was performing there already really well. So you have to give props to Nunes. He's coming.
Do you think he should start in the next home game, or do you think he's an impact sub? Because you've got all these players in front of him.
The thing is with Nunes, he's always going to give defenders problems. So he's got that pace.
He's going to stretch them.
All he needs is that right ball at the right time to get in and the composure to finish. So he's got to start because Salah's not giving too much. Just a few passes here and there, and he's starting every game.
The pass from Salah for his second goal, I think, was brilliant.
But he's a nice through ball. Yeah.
Like throughout most of the game, Salah was dormant. He was just
he's probably thinking about the Saudi Pro League money.
And listen, I'm not even thinking about that one.
But it looks like him and Klopp are having a lot of loggerheads by the looks of things, because his reaction to being subbed, that's not just about the game. For me, that's not just about the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Something
but
going on there.
you can't expect Klopp to look at somebody who's collecting 350 bags and you can't perform. You are a talisman now. You got to be on it. You're the one trying to set records.
Kofi, I was saying the same thing about Marcus Rashford, because I was led to believe he was on 325. Now I'm hearing he's on 375. I'm like, no. If you're on 375, you play anywhere across that front three. I'm paying you bare money, for you to be soaking. And no, I'm not having that. So I hear you on that. This whole
you know what? I was happy with the overall result. We were backs against the wall that game because
listen. I was disappointed with Newcastle because I think your 80th minute, he brings Nunes on. You're 1-0 up, or Newcastle 1-0 up, and he's brought on Wilson. You're thinking at least he's going to stretch the defense. It takes off Isak. I think he should have kept on Isak. I think personally he should have kept on Isak, right? Because obviously Liverpool had to make adjustments and
just play some power.
But at the end of the day,
I think for Newcastle, it was a combination of errors in substitutions, and they didn't take their chances enough. But I've got to say, my man Alisson Becker, he deserves every bit of credit because
there was a save he made.
Great saves. Yeah,
there was a save he made.
Saved us. He saved us. In the game.
There was one save that he made onto the crossbar, and then he whatever. Now, some people are trying to say that was a better save than the save that Ramsdale made against Leicester. I don't think so, personally speaking.
Yeah, but look at how much pace was on the ball from.
Listen to what I'm trying to say. Okay, does everybody remember when Maddison took that free kick against Arsenal? Yeah. And the ball was pretty much going in the top corner, and how Ramsdale got across. Hold on, let me finish. Let me land. Pushed it onto the bar, came down, and then had to scramble again because I think the follow-up was, I don't know if it was Jamie Vardy or one of the players.
Almiron took that shot. Look how far inside the box he was. And he had time to land that shot well.
Yeah, but Kofi, it was at Alisson. Yeah, whereas the shot that Maddison, or the free kick that Maddison took, was right in the top corner.
My man had to get across. Alisson? It wasn't straight directly at.
Of course, it was at Alisson. You look at it. The ball comes in, and it's coming directly at him.
Oh my days! Were you wearing your sunglasses or what?
No, I weren't wearing my sunglasses, mate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you watch it. You go back and watch it, mate. Yeah, go back and watch it. Yeah, but anyway, listen. The point is, you come from behind. You've got a great attacking front four, front five. Yeah. Whether Nunes will fight his way back in there and dispose one of the players, whether it's Jota, whether it's Salah, unless Salah decides that he's gonna go off to the Saudi Pro League.
People are coming back already that have been there for a month.
Yeah, I know. I know.
What's that all about?
Listen, mate, it's crazy. Do you think that Nunes should start on Sunday, Cole?
Yes, I think so.
Who should be dropped for him?
Salah with his bad attitude.
No, I think he would probably drop Gakpo. I mean, he's been starting Gakpo for the first 3 games, and Gakpo hasn't really offered too much.
But he's playing him in midfield, though, Kofi. He's playing Gakpo as the attacking midfielder.
I get that. Yeah. But that's where I feel he needs to play Harvey Elliott instead.
Okay. I hear that.
And then put Gakpo back into a position where he's comfortable with. So then you get the best out of him. But if you're playing him in a midfield area where he's just like not
he's playing him in the midfield 3.
Yeah. So I still believe with Nunes' pace, he gets in behind any defense, he causes the problems. Yes, some may argue that he's an impact player.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say he's more of an impact player, personally speaking.
Yeah, because obviously once players get tired, you can say give him space to run in behind, and he'll just do his thing. But
and to do what he done with 10 men, that is just absolutely phenomenal. Do you know what I mean? He literally stretched that back four of Newcastle. Obviously, they lost Who's their defender? Their good defender, Newcastle.
Botman.
Yeah,
Botman.
yeah. I think after he went off, they kind of lost their shape a little bit.
Yeah, Botman's in my fantasy football league team as well.
Right, yeah. So they got a little bit run ragged, and as I say, I'm disappointed that Newcastle didn't take their chances. They could have. I mean, if they get that second goal, if Alisson doesn't make that save, Newcastle go on and win that game comfortably. But listen, in the end, it was a fantastic comeback, and big up to Darwin Núñez. Big up to Scott in the future. How you doing, bro?
Yes, Scott.
No trophy. No trophy for the mighty Spurs this season. I love Angie Ball. That's from Scott to you, Chile.
Everyone loves
Chelsea
Angie
nil.
Ball.
Now, I don't know if this is true.
It is.
Chelsea nil.
We've given away a penalty.
Well, that's why Ezra's face is getting a little bit. Look at his face, bro.
Not happy with that. I mean, I can't watch the game.
£1 billion, £1 billion. Listen, people, £1 billion,
We've got
£1 billion of players on there. They can't even deal with Wimbledon,
Yeah, we haven't gone full strength though. We've got 6 youth players on.
Oh, come on, man.
Hey, none of them are signed. None of them ones we signed. All come from the academy, man. All academy boys. So we'll see. Apart from Cucurella's played D. Apparently he's stinking at the place.
Is he?
So that's not good.
You're lucky to keep him, mate. I ain't trying to do that to myself, man.
Hey, D,
I ain't trying to do that to myself.
At the place against Wimbledon and he's coming to you. That's probably why he's stinking at the place as well.
That is no point. We might as well have kept what's his name? Dean Henderson and played him at left back. You know what I mean? Rather than sending him to Palace. Yeah, it's like I actually missed that sale, Norman. I didn't realize that had gone through the Henderson.
Yeah, that's gone. Yeah,
15 million plus 5 million in add-ons.
Let me just quickly finish off with this last two, and this is one. God's going to ask everybody and put it in the chat as well. Who will be the real challengers to City? Who will be the real challengers at the end of the season to Chile, to City?
That's right, Chile and Tottenham. That's right.
Oh, I forgot. I forgot.
Tottenham told us that.
Yeah, Tottenham. I forgot. 23-24 season there. Yeah. Why do we need to talk about this?
It's insane. It's insane.
That's it. Angie Ball. That's it. Chile, should we just close? Just
Ball.
end the stream.
Yeah.
Should we just end the stream?
End the stream, Dave.
Yeah.
No, but for real, who will be the real challengers to City? With what Arsenal are doing, if they carry on doing what they're doing, then I don't think we will be. Yeah, but if we revert back to type, then I think we will.
No, I think it's still going to be you, Norm.
Scott is saying Arsenal and Liverpool.
Yeah. I agree with Scott.
Yeah, but I think we need to tighten up defense. We need to that defense is going to leak goals, man. It's going to leak goals.
I still see us being too unpredictable on the road.
Right.
As Man United, I still think we're going to go on the road and stink up the joint.
Yeah. I really just hope and pray that Arteta stops being stubborn and goes back. I hear what you're saying is, he's trying a thing and everything else, but right now we can't afford to be doing that. Yeah, just keep it basic. Just keep it basic, man. You know what I mean? That's all I want. Yeah, that's all I want. So let's keep it basic.
I think if we get to Christmas and we're still a couple of points, probably in and around City, then yes and no. But it's that middle phase. We always struggle in that middle phase.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
No.
And do you think you got enough in midfield? Because obviously I know you got that Waka Endo, in.
Yeah, but I mean, we've still got Thiago to come back.
Sorry.
We've still got Thiago to come back. And
come on, Thiago. Listen, he's gonna come back. They want to blow on him, man. The man's gonna get injured again, man. What's the point? What's the point of that, man? Jeez, man. Spent more time on the treatment table than Jack Wilshere. You know what I'm saying?
Aesthetic there as well. So we've got guys, but it's not enough, to be honest, to win the league. I don't think it's not enough.
Okay.
So,
listen, I still think City are the favourites, unless Haaland, tweaks a hamstring in his nose or something like that. Because that man is a robot right now. So listen, he would have to be really off form. But City, they just seem to know how to do it. You know what I mean? And I can't see nothing but another City quadruple coming up there, D. And then they will be the greatest team. I know.
If they do,
blow hard, bro.
if they do the treble again, man, then Lord have mercy.
it.
That's all I can say. Lord of mercy, man. Sure.
It's it. This has definitely been known as the Farmers League.
I think let's all go to the Saudi League after that.
Edit, you know that one.
Let's all go to the Saudi League.
Yeah, let's all pick a team and in the Saudi League to support.
Yeah. I think that's what we need to do. Okay, coming down to the last thing, I'm going to just do this last one here now. And this is interesting, guys. This is the prediction table. And look, everybody, we're all in harmony, mate.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Hey, don't be put off the fact that you're in 5th place.
I'm looking at this alphabetical thing. This don't work. Because when it's time for man to be above man, because it's alphabetical, it's all patterned. Yeah, for some reason they've left me down here. I don't understand. How's that work?
Yeah, I agree. It should be alphabetical too.
Because you still
got because you got the Reds. Yeah, because you got the Reds at the end. Though.
Of doing your thing.
If you look at your form, though. If you look at your form on the dots, you've got blue, red, blue, red.
That was the first game. My last few games, I've won twice. What's going on here?
Yeah, but if you look at the Reds though, like this week, you got the Reds. So we got 3 blue dots and 2 red dots for this week's form table.
Yeah.
So even though we're all on the same points,
we're all on the same points. Yeah,
that's nice though. You know, that's nice still.
No, psychologically, this don't work. Psychologically, this ain't good. It's all working psychologically. I see what you lot did. I see what you're
just think about what you got to do for your penalty last year.
Yeah, that's what you need to think about. Yeah, it might be double that, bro. So
I see what's going on here. That's all right. I'm just letting you know I see you.
Ez's gonna go to bed tonight and go, God, man, why am I sitting in 5th place?
No, that's not.
Think of it this way. Yeah. There's now 5 places for the champion. So you're in the Champions League position, so you don't have to worry.
Wow.
You're not in the Europa League no more, yeah?
Wow.
Champions League, man. Yeah? Great, eh?
Wow.
My God.
No, that's where we took it. It's all right.
But anyway, listen, let's finish off with Big D and what's going on Fantasy League shout out. So, D, if you want to just quickly...
I'm going to see if I can present it now, because I put it over onto Chrome. So... share screen. Let me see.
Let me stop sharing it.
Oh,
and see if you can do it.
While he's doing that, what's your man's opinion on what's going on with the Spanish FA guy who kissed the woman?
Yeah, he's in deep waters, man. He's in deep waters, in trouble, man. As he should be. I think as he should be.
I mean, I know, Chili, you don't really take too much to anyway.
Yeah, choose the words carefully.
I'll choose my words carefully. So, what are your thoughts on it, then, Chili? Since you're concerned.
At first, I wasn't sure because it looked like they were just celebrating. I didn't think nothing of it, and she didn't seem upset. And then when it
added to the string thing, No, sorry, go on.
And then when she came out and said,
"Oh yeah, you can add it now."
Yeah. And then you can scroll through it then. Yeah.
That she didn't want him to do it. I don't know.
Wait, hey, listen. I just think, look, in short, and I'm going to be careful. I think lesson to all the man them. Just be careful, man. Do sensible things. Shake their hand or something, man.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's just over exuberance, you know what I mean? Because like my missus said, you see footballers kiss each other all the time.
Yeah, but not so much. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
So that's why it's difficult.
Yeah, nah. Even just shake a hand or just nod a head and well done. You know what I mean? You know them ones.
Thumbs up or something.
But didn't
you know what I mean? High five. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Didn't that England coach, didn't he give some of the girls some hugs or something like that, like a tight squeeze or something?
Who's that?
You know the ex-England coach, that guy. I think it was.
Weren't it Neville?
No, he was after Neville. I think it was after Neville.
Was it after Neville? No, after Neville, that white man woman took over, innit?
So who's the guy before Neville? There was another England guy.
I don't know. I don't know who he was. I can't remember who was before Neville. Gary Neville. So, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really follow women's England football, now international football. So I don't know.
But anyway, he was kind of like hugging the players and things like that. So how close can you get? Obviously, in terms of, this is women in terms of, all those things. So,
right.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was talking to Sheena about this, and I watched it so many times, right? Because he hugs her, he kisses her on both cheeks, then he goes for the lips. Now, straight away, my girl got to push him away. But Sheena's saying that in a lot of those cultures, like the way men dominate those cultures, she actually couldn't do that. And Sheena thinks that, like, after the fact, maybe people said to her, listen, man, you have to just let that one go. And then she said, no, he ain't getting away with that. He tried a thing when he shouldn't have. But I felt she should have just pushed him away, but she didn't want to make a scene there and then. Because it looked like she was okay with it, but clearly she wasn't. And then you look at it. Yeah.
That's why I was, because I'd seen it, and then I thought, well, she didn't seem upset or.
Yeah,
and at the time, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he's just done that, and I don't know.
Yeah, as I said,
you also seen grabbing his crutch when they were playing England.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. All you need to do is just give a thumbs up, shake your hand, and
that's all right.
And then,
well
that's
done.
all right. Yeah, well done.
Nomsky, if you look right, you can share it. For some reason, it won't let me share it. It's there though. It's at the bottom. Yeah, you can click onto it now. There you go, matey. Yeah, right. Thank you.
But I won't be able to scroll down now, I don't think.
No, it won't let me scroll. So you can only see those that are pushing. And I'll just open it on my app. So you see that the Spurs guy, Richard Tuck, Sean Connolly.
Richard's my brother-in-law and Sean's one of my mates.
Right, so these two are balling out right now. Chili. And then you got my boy
Del Grady. My name?
Because I can't. It won't let me scroll down for some reason.
So I'm just scroll down.
No,
it won't. Down to see me. I should be at the top somewhere.
No, if it helps, Chili, you're 14th out of 16.
Yeah.
Where am I, Ed?
You're 14th, Chili.
Yeah.
Right, what's Malcolm X on? Because that's my missus. What's she on?
She's 15th. So she's just propping. Well, not prop, but she's got one below her. So there's 16 teams involved. So this is the top 8 that you can see.
She won't be
and then you're seeing that myself, Ez, Kofi, Chili. We're all in the bottom half of the table right now. But you know what? It's so fun because it's quite funny because Del Grady is my guy in 3rd, and Phil Headley is my guy in 7th. So and then Scott's giving a good account of you. So you got yourself, Scott. So yeah, man, it's all fun and games though. But yeah, man, us guys,
66 points.
Yeah, us guys on the channel are in the bottom half of the table, mate. So we got to fix up.
Come on, guys, you need to do better, man. Gotta do better.
It's early
doors, though. You know what I mean? Early doors.
Gotta do better.
Right, listen. Let me ask you one thing. I've got to go, but before I go, I want to ask you all this. I know you all know what I'm talking about. Was it low or was it legal?
It depends on how high shorts were.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it was low. I just do. I think it was low.
Yeah. And you can't be doing the low thing, man. You can't be doing the low thing.
I only saw the memes. So I didn't
bare memes, isn't it?
See the fight, so I didn't see the fight. Scott is saying it was low.
Yeah, the low punch. I think it was a low punch.
I think it was low.
Yeah. And you can't be doing that in boxing, man. It's so dangerous. Can't be doing that to our next man, you know what I mean?
I think how hard he hits as well.
Exactly.
I know, bro.
Yeah, it's like, come on, bro. What is that?
Them things we come through his mouth, innit? You know what I mean? Man is gonna be gargling something.
Yeah, man, that's funny. You know what
I mean? Man, you know what I mean? But lucky enough, they stayed intact, so it's all right. But listen, people, it's been a great show. It's all intact now. So,
and Jeds, don't forget to
Stop
put
laughing.
your predictions in the chat. I've already done mine. So
Yeah,
don't forget to do
he
your
is.
predictions.
I bet you have, haven't you? Yeah. Game week 4. Please put game week 4. Please put your predictions in for next week. Some good games coming up. What did you put in, Dean? Let me see what he's put in.
West Ham Luton, mate.
That's a punching bag. That's a punching bag, man.
What did you go for?
3-0. 3-0 West Ham. I've gone for.
God dear.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, but you know what? If you look at the last season, everyone kept picking Man City results just to get some points on there. So I'm going the opposite way. I'm going the opposite way. Innit?
No, I'll go the next one. I'll go for Luton, mate. Don't worry about that.
That's funny, man.
When it's Man City Luton, that's when I'm doing
October.
That's when the clocks go back.
Yeah,
Get extra hour in bed, people. And the nights will be dark again.
1-1.
Come on, Chelsea.
Shameless. We're not going out. We're not going out, lads. Yeah.
I hope it goes for penalties, please.
We're not going out.
Is it on? Yeah. Is it on live? Is it live?
No, it's not on TV. I'm watching live commentary.
Oh, right, okay. We'll check that out later.
Shameless. Jackson's getting warmed up.
People, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share.
Yeah.
If you are new, and we'll see you on the next What's Going On podcast. Take care, and let me find wherever that is. God bless.